They asked me to shadow a robot doing exactly my job, they said. Watch and compare what it does versus your approach and report. I expected to document its mistakes. I ended up documenting mine. Retail cashier. Shadowing the robot. I watch the system initialize. The register boots. The drawer counts itself. The scanner calibrates. No stretching tired shoulders. No mental bracing for the rush. The robot starts immediately. When I opened this lane, I always paused. I checked the floor layout. I looked at the parking lot. I counted carts to predict the first wave. The schedule pushed me to clock in and start scanning. I resisted. The robot does not resist. It simply begins. The opening checklist clears instantly. Drawer balanced. Scanner ready. Bags stocked. Receipt paper loaded. The system confirms every parameter at once. When I did these checks, I did them while watching people line up. Not because I skipped steps. Because slowing down helped me see what was coming. The robot does not slow down. It moves straight through certainty. The first rush forms. Carts stack up. Families doing weekly shopping. The robot scans without looking up. No greeting, no small talk. Just the steady beep of items moving across the glass. When I worked a rush, I scanned while reading people. The woman with coupons needs time before the last item. The man behind her has frozen food that should go first. The teenager after that will struggle with the card reader. I adjusted constantly. I called it reading the line. The robot calls it basket analysis and queue optimization. It does not chat. It does not smile. But it sees the same patterns. Large baskets, slow bagging. Frozen items cluster. Payment delays repeat by customer profile. It keeps the belt moving without interruption. Faster not because it is better at scanning. Faster because nothing pulls its attention away. Then comes the price check. An item will not scan. The shelf said one price. The system says another. The customer stiffens. Trust hangs in the moment. When this happened to me, I decided fast. Override to the shelf price. Keep the line moving. 50 cents was never worth a lost customer or a scene at the register. The robot reaches the same outcome, not from empathy. From data. It learned that extended price disputes reduce return visits. It learned that quick overrides cost less than damaged loyalty. It adjusts the price. The transaction continues. The line exhales. Different reasoning, same decision. I spent years learning when to hold firm and when to let it go. The robot calculated it instantly. The result looks identical. The system never gets hungry. When my break came, I clocked out. I needed it, not just for food. For the moment when my patience reset, for the chance to stop answering the same question with the same calm voice. The robot keeps going. No drop in pace. No edge in its responses. When I return, the line is gone. The register hums at the same rhythm it started with. Later comes the difficult customer, a return without a receipt. The box opened. The purchase passed the return window. When I handled these, I weighed everything. Tone, history, whether the item was worth the argument, whether denying it would end with a manager anyway. The robot does the same thing in its own way. It checks the date, the condition, the customer record. Then it calls the manager. Not because it cannot decide, because the data shows that human judgment at policy edges prevents escalation. I used to do that too, for instinctive reasons that led to the same outcome. The return is approved. The customer leaves satisfied. As the day stretches on, fatigue used to creep in for me. My scanning slowed. My focus slipped just enough to miss an expired coupon or fumble a bag. The smile became work. The robot does not feel the weight of the shift. It does not think about how many hours remain. It does not conserve energy. Its pace stays flat. Its error rate stays flat. This is where the difference becomes clear. Not in skill, in endurance. At closing, the system shuts down. The drawer counts itself. Reports generate automatically. No second guessing. No wondering where $2 went. No replaying mistakes on the drive home. When I closed a lane, my numbers were never this clean. More variance. More complaints. More moments where being tired mattered. Not because I cared less. Because I wore down. The robot does not replace what I did. It reproduces what I did on my best days. The days when I read every customer correctly. When every judgment balanced policy and fairness. When the morning pace carried through the evening without slipping. I had those shifts. Maybe once a month. When everything clicked and I left thinking it should always feel that way. The robot has that shift every day. Not because it learned something I never knew. Because it never forgets what I knew when everything worked.